It's Car Con Carne. Let's eat in the car. It's Car Con Carne. And now here's the star of our show, James Van Alstyne.
Car Con Carne live on a Friday night. It is Quarantine Con Carne, still, as we're sheltering in place. Earlier today, on this very podcast, Scott Lucas of Local H joined me to announce that Local H is bringing concerts back to Illinois. We've been hungry for this. We've been waiting for this. You can see the band in concert at a drive-in movie theater. They're playing at the Harvest Moon Drive-In in Gibson City. Just go south on 57 and keep driving for about 2 hours. It's going to be amazing. It's live music back in Illinois. This is happening on the 25th. It's a Thursday night. Tickets on sale Monday morning at 9. You can keep an eye on Local H's socials for ticket info on that. Car Con Carne is sponsored tonight by Siren Records McHenry, now offering online ordering. I can't read what I wrote because my mouse went down again. Siren Records McHenry. Go to their website. If you're in a band, if you own a label, you want to get your product in a store, reach out to them. Car Con Carne also sponsored tonight by C&H Financial Services. FreeProcessingNow.com is where you find them. All right, so I'm James. Over there, to my left, I don't know how it shows on your Facebook screen, that's Johnny. Below him, it's Niko. They are members of Lights Over Bridgeport, my guest tonight. And in fact, in about 30 minutes, if you're watching this live, 30 minutes from right now, they're going to be performing right here on Car Con Carne, which is very exciting. So we're going to do a whole lot of scene setting here. Thanks for joining me on a Friday night, guys.
Yeah, thanks for having us, man.
Thanks for having us, dude. I'm super pumped.
So the first question is the same question I ask of everybody. Are you guys doing okay? Are you holding up all right? Are you healthy? Are you keeping sane?
He's not.
Every day, you step a little bit farther. No.
I'm doing great. You know, the whole quarantine thing has been a little bit of a process. It's weird. It feels like the Twilight Zone because it feels like it's been like 10 weeks now or longer, and it's weird to think that much time has gone by. It feels almost like a couple days, but then it also feels like an eternity.
It is so weird. I had a week off of work a couple weeks ago, and generally speaking, when you have a week off of work, it feels like a week off of work. You're doing different things. You're going different places. You're busy. It felt no different than a day at work because I've been working from home, and I'm still in the same place in front of the same computer. It didn't feel any different. So there's that weird Groundhog Day aspect to everything. So yeah, Niko, I definitely feel where you're coming from. But we're safe.
Yeah.
We're healthy.
Absolutely, yeah.
And you guys, your timing is everything. New release, better this way. No better time to release it than during a pandemic. Actually, I say that facetiously, but I kind of believe that's true. And I've said this before. I think people are starved for content. They're starved for distraction. So this may, in fact, be the best time to put new music out into the universe. What do you think?
I hope so. It's been weird through the whole process of this. I mean, we set the release date, the digital release date for their album. It was probably like the week before, like the shit hit the fan, and it was like it was a matter of days from the point that we set the release date. We realized that all this stuff was going to happen, so it felt kind of strange, but. The reception has been incredible, and it's nice to give something to people during this insane time.
One unmistakable fact as I listen to the new music, you guys are a Chicago band. I mean, you make that fact front and center. Morning in Chicago, it's right there, right out of the gate. Tell me about your relationship to Chicago. There's clearly some civic pride going on there.
Oh, yeah, big time. I mean, I moved here about 4.5 years ago, lived in the area my whole life, and the writing process for the record was it was kind of a reflective process for me, going back through some stuff that I had been through, and it's basically like a story that I lived through, and the setting for that story was the city that I live, so it only came naturally for some of that to come out. So he's been here even longer than I have. We're both from the same hometown, but it's actually because of Mika that I wound up here in the neighborhood. So I have him to thank for that.
You needed a buddy close by.
Right.
Yeah, very close. He moved into the apartment behind mine. Same address for, 2 years? 3 years?
Yeah, we had the same address and then just different apartments, and then we kind of went to opposite sides of the neighborhood.
Yeah, or country.
Oh yeah, he lived in Texas for about a year while we were writing this album, so that was another challenge to the process.
Here's something interesting, and maybe I'm the only one who thinks this. Miko looks like he's in a hostage video. Miko, can you say they're treating me very well here?
Yeah, but they're telling me they're doing this.
By the way, the mouse works, so now I can actually look at what I'm doing. This is first world problem right here, right in front of you. Well, speaking of the Chicago stuff, well, first of all, let's go back to Morning in Chicago. This song sounds like an anthem to me. I mean, there's no accident that this is kicking off the album. Don't let the fire inside you die. This is get your fist in the air. Let's sing along. That's the one to come out of the gate with.
Yeah, we feel good about it. It was kind of for me, it was like a little bit of a microcosm of the record as a whole. Like that song, it kind of just covers a decision that I wanted to make about not being down in the dumps. So it kind of set the tone. And that was one of early in the process when I was like, when we were all realizing together that we're going to do a full-length record, because we've done nothing but EPs basically to this point. And early on, that was one of the first songs that I was writing, and I kind of just dug in with that one, and I knew it was going to be the opening track, and I was thinking about literally just my process of waking up every day, making my coffee, and not being a sad mope. So so that's kind of where that came from, and I think that song kind of pushed the process of the writing for the rest of the album for sure.
And again, if you're watching this right now, it's 9:11, closer to 9:40. These guys are going to play, and they're going to play a song called Little Devil, which is on the album. Also, very much a Chicago song. I want to drive home to Chicago. That's right there, right up front. Tell me about that song since you're going to be playing it tonight.
That song is a little bit of a weird one for us because we've never done an acoustic song before. But I was playing around with that song, and I was thinking about the idea of I love sad music a lot, and my old roommate he impressed this idea upon me that that sometimes sad music is great, but sometimes it can sort of needlessly be added. It can sort of add to the sadness that you're already experiencing, and so there's a lot on the record where I'm wrestling with the idea of not giving in too much to negativity and too much to sadness to the point that it just kind of takes over things. And so that song is dealing with, do I always need to be choosing sadness? Do I always need to be choosing, to look at the dark things rather than the light? So it's just kind of dealing with some of that. But, of course, the setting, as you've pointed out, very much here in Chicago.
And then there's Southside Serenade.
That's probably the funniest one. And that song's a blast for sure.
And it references Naperville, which is the swingers capital of the Midwest.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That's true.
I have to act like I didn't know that, right?
Oh yeah, if the cul-de-sac's rocking, don't come knocking.
Yeah, so, that song I wrote kind of making fun of my dating life. I had a date in Naperville once, and when you're kind of hanging around the South Side and you transition to Naperville, it's a big kind of paradigm shift and kind of the surroundings, but it was a good time.
You transition from the South Side to Lululemon and groceries at Mariano's, eating tapenade and stuff like that. It
was very fancy.
Yeah, because on the South Side they say tapenade, but once you get up to Naperville, it's tapenade. I want to say hi to Jeff, Jack, Maxon, Chancho, Natalie, and Brian who are watching. Brian Shamey from the Daily Herald. That's lovely that he's joining tonight.
What's up, Brian?
My buddy Bass says, JVO, that beard needs its own podcast. This beard was podcast ready before the pandemic. I'm just saying. But why stop it now?
It's very loud and proud.
It is. I'm comfortable with it. I don't mind the gray. I'm not a kid. I'll own up to that. I behave like a 14-year-old sometimes, but here we are. A song I played on the radio, which I just love. It's a song about a dog. A song for Sadie. Is that your dog?
That was my dog. Yeah, that was mine.
Oh, it's yours. Okay.
Yeah, Sadie, she was my Mastiff for 11 years.
Now, Sadie's no longer with us?
Sadie's no longer with us, no.
It seems like 11 years is a long time for a Mastiff to live, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That's a big breed.
Yeah, she did good. She was good. She was healthy. for a long time. But yeah, you're right. Usually they're like 7, 8 max. She
That's
wanted
cool.
to stick around for a while.
And Sadie's forever memorialized on the new album, which I think is amazing. One of the more interesting songs of the album you buried toward the end of it. I think Same Heart is one of the more nuanced, one of the more interesting songs on the album. Tell me what that's about.
I actually wrote that song as a gift for my friend Jessica. She lives in Canada, and during the album, a lot of the themes, like I've mentioned, just dealing with a lot of negative stuff. I was going through some stuff, and Jessica was a friend that supported me throughout all of it in a way that was just kind of overwhelming. Like, she really kind of literally carried me on her back, even though we were thousands of miles apart. She would just check in with me and look after me, and so I was inspired to write that song for her. She's got a baby that's going to be born any day now. So I think it's like due in like a month. So I was stoked, even though I was disappointed that it was taking so long for our record to come out. I found out she was going to have a baby, and I'm like, man, this is going to be cool. She's going to have a baby and they can listen to this song. And I was really excited to share that with her. So
that's I'm glad I asked. That's a great story.
Here we are. Yeah. Yeah.
And you guys have been doing this for a while, dating all the way back to 2012, 2013, or even earlier than that?
It's actually even earlier than that. We've got this like long history. The way we are now, basically this iteration of Lights Over Bridgeport started when you said about 2012, 2011, but we've actually been playing together since around 2005. So long time. Yeah.
And going back to the early days, one of my biggest disappointments with your band, Horchata, from back in 2013, not really about horchata, and I love horchata.
Well, no, it's not. I think we kind of missed the mark with that one, but that song used to be so great for us live, so people maybe weren't getting that part of it.
That's funny. We didn't know what to call that song, and we were obsessed with El Milagro, which made its way into Southside.
We're still obsessed with it.
Yeah.
So we used to go there all the time and just gorge and make ourselves sick, and just with the giant, large horchata. And so we just couldn't come up with a good name for the song, and that just came out as like a working title, and it just stuck.
You know what's funny about that too is I remember asking at the time on Twitter, like just some of my friends, what to call it, and I had horchata as one of the choices, and I remember my friend Mike Golden was like, "Don't call it horchata." He's like, I think he said it was like a Vampire Weekend song or something like that. I don't really know that band that well.
Yeah.
But I was just like, I don't know. And we kept sipping horchata, so we just decided to call it horchata.
It's like liquid rice pudding. What's not to love about it?
It's the best.
It is.
It's clearly the best.
And I haven't had any in a really long time.
I'm overdue for that and some fish tacos. One song I love from you guys, which I still play on the radio every now and then, I still love Saving April.
Oh, thanks, dude.
That's a great one. And that's a few years old now, which seems crazy because I feel like you just sent it to me.
Yeah, it's insane. That song is going on 4 years old now. So it doesn't seem like we've been around that long, but it's getting up there.
I love it. Well, again, the new album is Better This Way. 9:40. We're going to 9:40 between 9:35 and 9:40. Let's figure out how that works. You're going to be playing right here in Car Con Carne. So what that means is we're going to kill this Facebook live stream and then come back with the new performance stream, which is cool. I appreciate you guys willing to try this from quarantine. I mean, in a perfect world, we'd be doing this in my car. This is clearly not a perfect world we're in, not by a long shot right now. The world's
well. I want to talk about that because anything that involves food is something that we're interested in. And
isn't that true of all guys, though? Isn't that really something that any guy would say?
Probably, but we take it to the next level, like putting El Milagro in our songs. Phil's Pizza we put in our songs. So it's like I'm simultaneously extremely grateful to be here with you, James, a local legend, but I'm also a little bummed that we're not in a car just gorging on something.
I get it. And it's funny. I was thinking about this for the past day or so. As phase 3 kicks in and people are going to venture out into the hot zone again, what do I do with my podcast? This is like my 64th or 65th episode I've done from home as opposed to in my car. How long do I keep this going before I go back in the car? The cautious person in me says, I'm going to be doing this through Christmas, but I don't know. So if that's the case, do I put a plastic sheeting between the passenger and driver's seat? Do we record standing outside the car on opposite sides of the car. I don't know what to do. Like this is what I'm wrestling with.
Stretch limo or get like a hearse or something and just like distance.
I can barely afford the gas on my Mazda 3, so I'm sticking with that. But these are all no bad ideas in a brainstorm. I realize I don't want to shoot you down. But yeah, this is something I'm thinking about. And I'm sure no different from any business artist. What does that look like when you emerge from your quarantine cocoon? How do you navigate around the world now? And I'm sure it's something you guys are thinking of. Like, do you look to restaurants that have outdoor patios and do acoustic sets there? Like, what does that look like for you guys?
We've been wondering about that. Like as far as like whenever shows come back, like whenever that is, like, are people even going to come? Like, we're kind of used to sometimes playing shows where people are kind of standing in the back. But, like, I don't know. It's going to be weird to see how that all happens. Because I know a lot of friends that are not, like, they're not, like, chomping at the bit to get out in crowds. So as much as everyone wants stuff to come back, you don't know how it's going to be.
Right. Before I let you go and get ready to play Little Devil, I can't believe I didn't mention this. I knew he was affiliated with the album in some way, shape, or form. And my first time listening through the album, I was kind of half listening. I think I was working. I was doing something else. I'm like, holy crap, that's Dennis Buckley of 88 Fingers Louie. That's his voice. And it's the song The Worst, which I can't believe I almost got out of this interview without mentioning it. I love that song. Is he a friend? Just a friend of a friend?
We've become friends through doing shows. I think we first played with 88 back in like 14 or 15. One of the shows we were just like begging to be on. It was like a local show at Reggie's, and then we did a show with them in Green Bay. And those guys have been so awesome to us. And we've become friends, like kind of just rubbing elbows around town, I guess, doing shows. And actually right before this whole quarantine happened, which this was after even Dennis sang on the record, Dennis and I went out to LA like on a little vacation and went and saw a hardcore show and visited friends out there. So yeah, he's been awesome and he killed it on the album, man. It's that song came out great.
Love that song. All right. I can't believe I almost forgot that. So before I let you go, I do want to say again, Car Con Carne is sponsored by Siren Records McHenry, C&H Financial Services. Again, Local H, see them on June 25th, Harvest Moon Drive-In in Gibson City. Take me down to Gibson City where the grass is green and the girls are pretty. That right there is Lights Over Bridgeport, who will be playing live right here on Car Con Carne within 20 minutes or so. And actually, we're going to keep talking because I can't actually shut down the chat right now. So,
Do it.
So, all right. So since you guys are such foodies, tell me your favorite place to eat in town. Favorite restaurant.
Whoa. That's a big one. I'll let John go first. I want to hear what he said.
My go-to is El Milagro. I have to default to the official band restaurant. But like my dark horse, my low-key favorite is probably Little Bad Wolf. The Little Bad Wolf burger is
over in Andersonville.
Life-changing.
Super tiny, massively good burgers.
Insanely good.
All right, Miko?
Yeah, I've never been there, but I don't know, man. I just got to stick with the classics, the pizza. I mean, Phil's Pizza on 35th. I mean, every week I was eating at least a small pizza. I mean, it's so bad, but you can't get any better than that.
Where do you guys stand on Vito and Nick?
Delicious. I've only been there a couple times, but Phil's is so much closer, you know.
I had a craving 2 weeks ago for an Italian beef pizza, which just with the giardiniera. Oh yeah. Okay. See, we definitely, when this all passes, we need to hang out and do something in my car.
Let's do it.
What
about you, James? Where are you going to go when this is all over? You're asking us. What about you? Where are you going to go and eat?
Oh God, I don't know. I'd love a Kuma's burger. I'd be very happy with the Mastodon right now on a pretzel roll. That sounds really good to me. Here's the thing. I love food. I'm by no means a foodie. I haven't been to 90% of the restaurants on Randolph Street. I'm much more comfortable eating hot dogs and jalapeno poppers. I'm really not a sophisticate by any stretch of the imagination.
I mean, we're not either. I mean, we get down with the fried foods. You know, if we go play a show somewhere, we're looking for the wings and the cheese sticks. So,
you know what sounds really good is Lawrence's.
Oh, dude, I've only been there once on Canal.
Yeah,
Okay.
the cocktail sauce. Oh my God, that sounds really good to me right now. Popcorn shrimp.
Dude, I used to be obsessed with Ricobene's.
I love Ricobene's.
Okay. The day we shot, what was it, the video or something? We were
I
in
forgot
Tinley
about
Park.
this. I forgot about this.
Or it was like the day we bought the van or something. Me and John had a full day of van stuff. I mean, it was like 8-9 hours of being stuck with each other.
We filmed
eating.
the video and then we went and bought the van.
Yeah. So it was this long day, stressful, shooting videos, spending tons of money, driving tons of, miles or whatever. We didn't eat all day. And so Kevin and Kurt went to 350 to eat, but me and John were stuck like negotiating price with the van guy. So by the time we got there, they had eaten all the food. So then we were like, all right, screw this. It's too packed in here. Let's go home to Ricobene's and we'll eat. We went to Ricobene's and waited for 2 hours? We waited in Ricobene's for 2 hours for a bread steak. I never got it.
The worst thing was they gave me my sandwich, but you didn't get yours. So I was sitting there eating in front of you after waiting over an hour, and you just had this look of death on your face.
That's horrible.
It's terrible.
Well, I've never had that happen to me, and I will say, just as something for the plus column for Ricobene's, they serve their hot wings on a bed of French fries.
Oh, yeah.
So by the time you're done with the wings, the fries are covered in that buffalo sauce. It's glorious.
Oh, it's
that sounds good to me right now. And you get,
of course, real Southside eating right there.
Oh my God! You get that steak sandwich with the marinara, maybe a little mozzarella on it.
It's like a football. You kind of have to cradle it. You kind of have to carry it like this.
Yeah, you love it like a child. Exactly.
Showed a little bit of love. That was a negative experience, but we firmly stand by our love for. Well, I don't know. I mean, maybe
every place you give every place their one foul, right? Like the places you love, if they let you down once, you're like, okay, everyone has a shitty day. Everyone has an off night. I'm going to try again. Of course, if there's a second strike, okay, lesson learned. I'm done. But you gotta give them that one.
In that case, it just sucked because we were so hungry.
Yeah, it was just. Oh my God! Yeah,
that's a cruel series of circumstances. Yeah. All right, you guys need to perform. So I'm going to cut you loose because my computer works again. I want to thank everyone watching on Facebook Live. New arrivals like Denise and Lauren, the world famous Dennis Buckley of 88 Fingers Louie, Kara Caravu, Pilot Pete. Thank you all for watching tonight, and thank you guys.
Thank you, James.
Yeah,
awesome, man.
And just do your thing, whatever that loud thing is going to be, and we'll be all right. Are we doing a full run through here? Yeah. Let's just go as far as we can go.
I wanna drive home to Chicago, my sweet and my sorrow, I know, waiting for me, there where she's lying, it feels like I'm dying when I don't know what to believe. There are many places that I've come back from, and I can't relate to everyone. Tend to take a road I've always traveled well. My back turned to the love that's behind me. Arms open for the sadness to find me. Accessory to arson in my private hell. I'm gonna drive home to Chicago, my sweet and my sorrow, I know, waiting for me, there where she's lying, it feels like I'm dying, and I don't know what to believe. It isn't that the dark is where I wanna be. I can point the finger when it's chasing me. Sometimes it's just that I want